What's going on? So it's time to tear the Jakl apart and just kind of inspect it for what it went through in the 550 rounds that I put it through. See what parts have some wear on them, see the wear patterns, and then general cleaning, so that way it's ready to go for the next time. Now while I'm at it, I'm going to be swapping out my muzzle device for my suppressor ready muzzle device, as well as I'm going to go ahead and change out the gas knob for the suppressor knob that shipped with it, so that way it'll be ready for suppressor fun whenever it gets here, whenever it gets out of jail. So I'm going to go ahead and start pulling this apart, and we'll just kind of go over what it looks like. So let's get started. All right, so I'm going to start with the lower. I'll flip the camera around and we'll just kind of do a visual over. I'll show you the only issue I have with the lower. Nothing major, but I just want to point it out because it is something that happened in the first 500 rounds. So let me go ahead and flip the camera around and we'll dig into it. So everything looks pretty good in here. No real wear to speak of. But let me set it back over here, and I will show you the only issue that I have. It's nothing major, but my end plate here has worked its way loose. So I believe all I need to do is just get an Allen in there and tighten it up and get it good and tight. I might pull it out, see if it has Loctite on it. If it doesn't, I may add some Loctite. But that is the only issue that I had out of my 500 rounds with the actual firearm itself. A loose plate, stock plate, whatever you want to call that. I figured I'd go ahead and pull it apart and show. There was a very small amount of Loctite on there, but it's no big deal. I'll just put it back together and I'll throw some Loctite on there. But I will show that, yes, this is a standard mil-spec lower. So those wondering, you will be able to have you a standard lower, and whenever they offer the uppers for sale, you just get you this little kit here to plug the hole and you're good to go. So let me go ahead and get this all back together and make sure I don't lose my spring here and detent for the takedown pin, and then I'll go ahead and start pulling apart the upper. All right, so I'm going to show just a real quick to how to get your bolt carrier out. It's pretty simple. You have your piston and spring and all that assembly right here. So all you're going to do is push in and down, and then that's going to allow everything to slide out. And then that will leave you with your stripped upper. From here, you can, if you want to, pull the charging handle out and take the rest of this out, but I'm going to focus on the bolt carrier group just to make the video a little bit simpler. So here's the majority of the inner parts. There's your charging handle, or whatever that is, the charger, whatever. The charging handle has this little hump there, and it kind of just, you lift it up and get it in there just right, and then you can slide the whole assembly out the back. Then here's your assembly for your bolt and your carrier group and your piston, all very dirty. Won't focus. But yeah, it's extremely dirty. I'm gonna grab some cleaner, wipe it all down, and we'll kind of look at it and see what kind of wear patterns we got. All right, so I do have to say, for 500 rounds being fired through it, it was substantially cleaner than a standard AR would be with the same amount of rounds through it. So now everything's wiped down. We'll kind of just go over some stuff. So the charging handle, that's the wear on your charging handle, on my charging handle. Right there. And that wear is what I did notice that day when shooting. I could see a little bit of wear right here on the top of the handguard there, where the charging handle rides, but nothing major. It didn't even really take the finish off there. It did take it off of here, but hey, just keep it oiled and it's good. Hardly any wear on here as well. Looks pretty good. Nothing here, of course. And the bolt, got that bolt assembly and piston clean. I didn't scrape it, but I wiped it down. And I mean, it's like super clean for what it went through. There's hardly any real carbon fouling on it. But from the looks of it, the only spot that has any kind of wear showing, just your typical little on the bolt right here. On each side, just a little bit of finish wear. But other than that, it looks good. So the underside is clean too. I mean, bolt face is fine. So as for that part, it's good. I'm gonna do a semi-clean finger wipe test here. Actually, you know what? Let me get a cloth here. I expect this to be dirty, but I just want to see how dirty. Sticking a clean white cloth right here on the chamber. That is very clean for 500 rounds. Even inside, let me just see if I can get a towel in here. Dry towel wipe around the ejection port up to the chamber and at the top. Again, it's 500 rounds. That's insanely clean. I don't know how well it'll show up. Have not touched that. I just wiped the chamber down on the front. Didn't go in there. That's what she said. And so, as I pointed out in the other video, the only wear I can see on the upper, right there, and I don't even think the shell ejector's clean. So yeah, the only wear I can find on the upper, right there in the front of the ejection port. I mean, it's nothing. So I'm finished wiping it down, and then I'm going to go ahead and work on changing out the gas knob and this muzzle device here, this bird cage. But I'm not going to show that. YouTube doesn't like that kind of stuff because it's showing you how to build a weapon. But yeah, so that's what the internals look like after 550 rounds. Pretty clean. But hey, just want to say thanks for stopping by. Any questions, comments, put them down below. If you're interested in a Jakl, I will put a link down below. You can check it. It is in stock more often than not now, so you have a better chance of getting it. If it isn't in stock, you can always check their website. Normally around the 10 o'clock Central Time and 3 o'clock Central Time is when they do the drop. So it's what, 11 Eastern and 4 Eastern, if they're not, and it's Monday through Friday typically. So, but lately I've been seeing them available for quite a while, so your chances of getting your hands on one are a lot better now than it was the last few months. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing finished, wiped down, and put back together. But thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.